everyone. Welcome back to the fourth episode of the Pat and Matt podcast. I am Pat and he is
Matt.
And if you could see, we made some adjustments to our studio. So we had the Notre Dame undefeated in 2018. We probably need to get a new one because they went undefeated this season as well. Actually, not in the regular season.
Regular season. Go Irish.
Go
Another
Irish.
undefeated season.
We have some stuff for our baseball fans. We have this Cincinnati, who is this guy?
Tony Perez.
Tony Perez, and we have added a baseball. And we know we have a lot of West Virginia fans too. So we have the West Virginia Volt book, and we have the Notre Dame Volt book. And highly recommended. Everyone said we need to get a new sign. We got a new sign. And we put up some jerseys.
Studio adjustments. I like it, Pat.
Mm-hmm. So there's some birthdays we have today. And my Uncle Joe, it's his birthday today. What's his birthday today?
Well, it was February 4th, but we want to say
4th.
happy birthday to Uncle Joe. We miss you.
And one of my good friends, Brody, it's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Brody.
And his channel is Brody Talks Football. So, let's get into our viewer questions first. From our first viewer, it's way too early Final Four predictions for March Madness. So, I'll have you start out this one, Matt.
Well, thank you, Pat. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to hear yours. I thought a lot
Alright.
about this one. All right, two right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Gonzaga and Baylor have been heads and shoulders above everybody this year.
Uh-huh.
My third Final Four pick is going to be a team that's consistently good, tough to beat in tournament play, Virginia.
Virginia.
And number four,
Uh-huh.
everybody knows we're big WVU fans,
Okay.
but I mean it, and I'll tell you why, and then I'll go to you.
Okay.
They're the type of team that has a big man and then heavy guard play, and even if they're not a high seed, there's usually one lower seeded team that kind of breaks the party every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think with Miles McBride, it's going to be WVU this year. What do you think, Pat?
I think so too. They just need to work on their shooting. I think I could probably go in there and shoot better for them. But they have a really good big man, Derek Culver. He's been getting points and blocks. So I like that prediction just because we're WVU fans, but I feel like that's just a little bit biased. So my Final Four, I have to go Gonzaga and Baylor. Those are two obvious ones, I think. But then I'm going to go Texas.
Oh,
So we have two Big 12 teams in there.
okay.
And for our fourth team, I thought really hard about this one. But I'm going to have to go Kansas.
Oh,
Kansas
oh boy.
Jayhawks.
Okay.
They're always consistent. They have a good coach. I forget his name.
Bill Self. They'll be a
Bill
tough
Self.
outcome tournament time. You're right.
Yeah, they're always good. So. But West Virginia, Elite 8 at least.
Oh, I like it.
Who do you think's going to win the championship, though? Or do you want to save that for
Let's
another
save that.
episode?
We got our
Okay.
Final Four. Well, let's save the championship.
Okay, so we have another question, and it is Ben Simmons has been the rumored trade, like he's been rumored to get traded this season. Do you think he'll stay a 76er? And I think he will stay a 76er. He's a big part in the team, I feel like. And yeah, he's even though he doesn't get the most points, he's a really good passer. He gets rebounds. He's a big guy, so they're gonna keep him. There's no chance he's getting traded unless it's a really good player above his level. So I don't know if you really have an opinion on that one, or you really care about that one.
Well, I got a quick opinion, if you
Okay.
indulge me.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be traded, and it's not because I've got love for the 76ers like Patrick.
Uh-huh.
Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball very well. And in the NBA, they're not looking for
Yeah.
people that can't shoot. So that's why I think that.
So what is our next question?
The next one we were going to go to is, didn't you have a question from Carson?
Oh, Carson McDowell. He says, who do you think the real NBA GOAT is of all time?
And tell everybody, what does GOAT stand for?
Greatest of all time.
All right.
I think that's an easy one for me. It has to be Joel Embiid. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
It's Michael Jordan. What about you, Matt?
Pat, you worried me when we answered that question about Notre Dame being independent, but now you're back in the fold. We watched The Last Dance together, and Pat learned about what a winner Michael Jordan is. I know we've got some young viewers, and everybody talks about LeBron. LeBron is a great player, might be number two. I'm not going to say who my number two is, but might be right up there. But folks, it's not even close. It's Jordan. It's Jordan, and it's Jordan by a mile. So, Pat, if you had said somebody besides Jordan, we really had to have some serious talk. So I'm proud of you. Proud of you, big guy.
Well, I think LeBron is the best all-around player. That's all. I'll have to give my opinion on
You've
that.
heard me say I think he's the most talented basketball player.
Uh-huh.
But how many finals did Jordan go to?
6,
How many did he win?
0.
How many did he win?
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
He won 6. He lost 0.
When Jordan got to the finals, he wasn't losing. It just didn't matter. It was
LeBron's
just the way it
been
was.
to a lot, but he's lost a lot too.
Mhm.
I don't remember. How many has he won? 4.
I don't know. He's like been to 10, maybe 9 or 10.
He's been to 9 or 10. I know he won 2 with the Heat, 1 with the Cavs, and 1 this year with the
Right. So he's got 4.
So he's got 4, but he's been to about.
I mean that's great decorations for
What
all-time
about-
players.
He's been to the finals like
9 or 10 times.
yeah. So his record is probably like 4.
Yeah, 4 and 5 or 4 and 6 or something.
Yeah, that's not a good. I don't think that's good enough.
If Jordan went to 10 finals, how many would he win?
10.
All right, Carson. So it's Jordan by a mile.
All right, so I think we have our favorite Super Bowl halftime show.
We did our Super Bowl predictions last week, so
Yeah.
we thought, this was more me. I thought, let's talk about what our favorite Super Bowl halftime show has been. So, do you want to take the lead on this one, Pat?
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest. I haven't really thought much about this one. But I don't remember which Super Bowl it was, but I think it was the Patriots versus the Falcons. And it was the one of Travis Scott and DJ Khaled, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he thought, what is this song? It's crazy.
But that's when you educate. Is that God's Plan guy, Travis
I
Scott?
might be... No,
I'm sorry. Keep continuing.
sorry to any of our young viewers.
I try.
He doesn't know much about the rap industry. But Travis Scott is the guy that dates Kylie Jenner. You probably don't even know who that is.
Oh, I think so. But yeah.
All right.
I thought that was God's Plan.
Drake is the
Oh.
guy who's the Raptors fan.
Okay. That's God's Plan, right?
Yeah, that's
All
God's
right.
Plan.
Gotcha.
and
Sorry,
Keisha,
viewers.
Do You Love Me? You remember that
Oh,
one?
yeah. Kiki.
Kiki,
All right,
yeah.
yeah, there we go.
So that's my favorite. Has to be my favorite. What is yours?
Well, Pat, thanks for indulging me in this question. And Pat's being nice. He's kind of referenced my lack of knowledge. The way this topic came up is when Pat and I were talking about the halftime show. Pat and Matt viewers, I'm a little embarrassed. This is the first year I didn't know who the halftime artist was. I had to ask Patrick if The Weeknd was a solo artist or a group. So
I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure he's solo, but
we're not giving predictions on The Weeknd, are we?
Yeah, no.
That's so. Whatever happens tomorrow, it'll be interesting to me. But I thought a lot about this one. To me, hands down, the greatest halftime show ever. You were too young. You weren't even born yet. It was the year before you were born.
Oh, so it's probably like Joe Montana. Or something.
No. Prince in 2007.
Oh.
The genius that is Prince. And you know what's great, Pat?
Yeah.
One of these days, you'll listen to Prince music as well. I know you don't think you will, but trust me, you'll listen to Prince and you'll say, Dad, you're right about that. And for all our other viewers, we'd like to, if you're interested, what is your favorite halftime show? I'm particularly interested in what one of our longest time viewers has to say, Adrian. I want to see what he has to say. So that's our favorite halftime
Make sure
shows.
to comment, Adrian. We want to know.
We appreciate it.
I like Prince. One of his songs, "The Raspberry Beret."
That's a good
That's a
one.
pretty good song. That's
Okay.
the only really one I know. Oh, and I know "Purple Rain."
Hey, everybody knows Purple Rain.
Yeah. She wore a raspberry beret.
Listen to this. I'm impressed. And so what's that? Are we doing the Arsenal rundown next?
Yeah, today's Arsenal game was horrific. They are. Don't know. They're
Yeah.
just Arsenal. They should have their own category. Should be bad, worst, Arsenal.
It's really frustrating, isn't it, Pat? And I'll tell you what's frustrating for me as a diehard Arsenal fan. Prior to this week, they lost 2 games this week. Prior to this week, they won 4 or 5 games, and the other game was a tie. And they kind of brought me back in. They can do it this year. But I have to admit, they've got some young talent. But to me, Pat, lots of teams can win 1 or 2 or maybe 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But the mark of a really good team is to do it consistently. Like, do you ever think that Man City would lose 2 games in a week?
No, unless it was a miracle
Right.
from
So
the team.
Arsenal's got talent, but it's not going to happen this year. I think one of the commentators said they're a mid-table team, and that means they're just right in the middle of the pack, and I think that's right. It's unfortunate, but I think it's right.
You know, a commentator today said the Arsenal's backup goalkeeper's first touch for Arsenal in the game was grabbing the ball out of the net, which I thought was pretty funny. That's kind of funny.
And they lost 1-0, and they got scored on in the second minute of the game. So,
but our
look at them.
Premier League fantasy striker scored, so that's a bonus at least.
and Pat is our GM of our fantasy team, and I got to give Pat a lot of credit. I think our lineup is almost completely different from what we started. You've been putting those players in and out. We're moving up the table. I'm proud of you,
We're coming
Pat.
for you, Adrian and Aiden. We're 1 point behind you. We're coming. So, back to the Super Bowl halftime show. I want to say something real
Oh
quick.
no, okay, I don't know.
I
what
just
this
want
is
to say
about.
how awful last year's was.
You didn't like it?
J-Lo and Shakira, they might have been good 13 years ago, but in 2020, no.
That wasn't your favorite.
No.
Okay, so we know that's not your
We
favorite.
heard some Hips Don't Lie. What else? J-Lo.
Older songs, yeah.
Older songs. No, the Young Bloods. They weren't interested in it. The Young Bloods. So, yeah. So, what else do we have to talk
I
about
think that's
today?
we ran down our topics. I think
Uh-huh.
that's it.
So, that wraps it up. We want to thank you guys for watching. We can't believe it's already our 4th episode. Today is our 1 month anniversary
It
almost.
is, yeah.
So I want to say everyone who keeps tuning in to watch, and we want to thank you guys. Please like and subscribe. Email or comment us any questions. Our email will always be in the description, and the comments will be on. So thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. And yeah, that's it.
See you, everybody.
Bye.